Alright, hello guys and welcome to another video, and today's video is going to be something different. It's going to be a bit like a tutorial video, but it'll be in the form of play along, so you can also play along and learn while you play. I think that's the best way to learn. So let's get into it. This is one topic that I think like a lot of pro players use, and it comes in really handy, but I don't really see anyone talking about this. Even some of the pro players who don't even use this trick that I'm going to teach you, and your guesses after this video, trust me, will be way better than they would have been without this video. That's all I'm going to say. So the big thing that completely changes the game in GeoGuessr is the use of the compass. The compass is available to you in the game, and a lot of people don't know how to use it. A lot of people don't use it. And trust me when I say this, if you know how to read the compass, and if you especially know how to use the compass in the best way possible, your guesses will be way better than they would have been without it. So in this video, we're going to do that. We're going to play three different maps. I've made a compass map 1, compass map 2, and compass map 3. Uh, the first map will be bit easy. You will also have like signs and hints that you can use, like written text. And then you also use the compass in conjunction with that. In the second map, you only have limited text information, but you have some landscape that you can use. And then if you know how to use the compass, then you can make good use of the landscape and the little amount of text that you have to get the perfect score. And then the last map is going to be pretty hard, but if you know how to use the compass, there's going to be no textual clues. It's just going to be purely landscape and compass. That's all you have. The landscape and the compass, and that is going to be enough to get you the perfect score. So sometimes you see in videos, in like TikToks, in clips, you see all these pro GeoGuessr players getting insanely good scores. Um, and you're wondering how this is just a random road in the middle of nowhere. How do you 5K this? And the trick to that is the compass. And today we'll be talking about that. I'm sure some of you have seen the Rainbow tournaments that have been happening every week. Just yesterday there was one, and I managed to win that along with my teammates Johan and Rihanna. So that was really cool. And if you want to see like that kind of gameplay, and if you're wondering how can I get there, or what are there some tips to help me improve my guesses, then I think the compass is the most slept upon tool in the game. So let's get into it. There are going to be three games that we're going to play, and I will send you the challenge links for these in the description of the map, so you can click on that, and then I would recommend you to play them first, and then go back and see how I played them, and then you'll know how I use the compass to get the correct spot. Or if you just want to watch it, if you don't want to play along, that's good as well, and hopefully you can pick up some tips. So let's get straight into this. So there are 5 locations. I wish there was a way for us to set what order the locations would appear in, uh, but there isn't, unfortunately, so it's fine. We can work with it. There's going to be no time limit. We're going to play every single game, no moving, and we're going to get a perfect score, no moving, and I'll show you how you can do it using the power of the compass. So let's get started. This is the challenge link. You'll find this in the description of the video. And let's get started. So hopefully you've finished playing this game already if you're playing along. And I'll explain how this works. So right away, we are in Iceland. I won't be going too in depth on tips on like country hints and all that. There are plenty of videos that tell you about bollards, like these yellow bollards are found in Iceland, long antenna, these yellow signs, and then these mountains. So I won't be going in depth on all of this. You could probably find other videos about this, but today we'll be focusing on how to use the compass. So this is the compass I have. This is the classic compass. I really like this, but Some people prefer having the new compass, where here you can see north, northeast, east, southeast, southwest, and west. Now, you can also use this, but I prefer this compass, and I'll show you why. Uh, so on this compass, if you don't know how to read it, the red is it basically points towards the north. So if I point it straight up, then it means that north is straight up here. And then if the white part is straight up here, then it means the red is pointing towards the north. So we are facing straight south and north is behind us. So that is how you read the compass. And now let's go and 5K things. So we have some signs. If you know about Iceland, then Iceland has one of the best road naming systems in the world, in my eyes. You have road number one that goes all throughout the country, the ring road that goes around it, and then you have like other roads as well, like 731 here, and they're all grouped by their first digit. So all the roads beginning with 2 are in this area. Those that start with 3 are in this kind of area. 4s are out here. 5s are here. Here as well, I guess. And the 6, oops, the 6s are here. 7s, 8s, and 9s. So if you know about this, it helps a lot, especially if you're playing moving games, then I would 100% recommend learning this. Learning how the roads are numbered and named in different countries really, really helps out. So, another thing I want to tell you is how to, like, what zoom to scan at. Because often I go to, like I see new players playing, and then they'll focus on like a place name, maybe let's say Varmachlio or however you say that, and then they'll like zoom in this much and start scanning for it. And that is just a very inefficient way of doing this. So first thing you need to know is what to use in the country, whether you should use the place name or the road number first. So for example, if I'm scanning in South Africa, place names are more helpful than road numbers, because if you scan for the R roads, which are common in South Africa, it takes ages to find them. But if you're scanning for place names, then you usually scan at this zoom or maybe this zoom, and you can find them much quicker. But if you're scanning R roads, you have to zoom in this much, and it takes longer to scan, you know? So in Iceland, what you have to only think about are the road numbers, because they're numbered so beautifully that it's so easy to do it. So let's get into it. I was talking about a few other things, but from now on, we're going to focus on the compass itself. But hopefully, the tips that I gave before this also help you in some way. So we know we are on the 1, but what's more important is 731. As I said, 700s are in this area, so you can see already 720 and there's 731. But now you'll see, oh, the 1 is intersecting the 731, so let's just guess here. And that is a common mistake that a lot of people do, but this is where you should use the compass. Now, as I said, red points towards north, and then if you look straight down and you point it so that the red is straight up, straight north, then this is exactly the road angle that you'll see on the map, because the map basically is just designed that way, right? Straight up is north, and this is also straight up north. So if you align the road like this, then this road angle right here is the road angle of the main road. So highway number 1, as you can see, is the main road, and this off-road is 731. So main road is angled like this, and here you can see highway 1 is angled like this, which is completely wrong. So even though 1 and 731 are intersecting, that is wrong. So you go along this, you can see that the 731 goes here, and this looks way better, because you also have F35 that shows up here, and then you can see that this road angle is perfectly aligned. You can even see like the white line and this yellow line, they're pretty much straight aligned. That's how you know the compass is perfectly correct. And then you can see the off-road going off to like the southwest. You can even see the little bridge here that's right here. So you know this is the correct intersection and it's not actually this. So there you go, that's a good start. And that's the first 5K. Now let's keep going. All right, this is a tough one, right? You see this, you see you have a Thai flag, you have a Thai language, so you know you're in Thailand. But a lot of people are intimidated by Thailand because, yeah, it's completely foreign script. You don't know what's going on, but you have road numbers, and that's what you need. And you also need the compass. So when you're in Thailand, you're looking for road numbers with like this bird on top or whatever it's called. Uh, you also have a 2029 here, but you see there's like a couple of Thai characters before it. So these kind of roads with the bird, no Thai character, and just the number indicates a national road in Thailand. So these two are like national roads, and these are provincial roads. So if you're trying to scan for provincial roads, it's really not a good idea in Thailand. You should always be looking for these roads. So now that we have these, it's fairly easy to scan. Now in Thailand, road numbers starting with 1 are usually around Bangkok and they go all the way up here. So all these roads are 1. And then in eastern Thailand, you have like all the 2 roads, all the 3 roads like here, I think. And then down south, you get all the roads starting with 4. So we have 205, which should be somewhere here. You see 202, 207, there's 205. And then the off-road is 3326. Now 205 is a fairly long road, so how do you go about this? That's where the compass comes in handy. So you can see that we are on the 205 and it is pretty much perfectly east-west. So you don't look at these kind of areas. Also, these blue names are provincial roads. So keep in mind, you're not scanning for the provincial road, you're scanning for the National Road 3326. So 205 is here. Let's see, can we find this? Here it looks nice, it's pretty east-west. And where is 3026? Or 3326, I mean. Okay. Let's scan a little bit. I don't seem to find it, which is not good. I don't want to spend too much time on the first game. Um, huh. 3326. Does the 205 extend further? Well, I made this map, so it shouldn't take me this long to locate this, but a 3196 is here. 205. And we have 3326. Oh, it's right here. Oh my god. Okay. There's me being blind, but there's the 3326. You can see it's going to the north right here. So we should be here. 205, 3326 going north, and then 2029 provincial. That's also on the sign. But yeah, you shouldn't scan for provincial roads. They're like each province can have them, so it can get confusing. But there's only going to be one of each national road. So that's how you do it. That's the 5K. Again, having the east-west section of 205 really helps. So you know that you need to scan in this area, this kind of area more like as compared to this, like there's no point scanning along this part of the road because it's absolutely not east-west. So there we go, that's round 2. And okay, this time we are in Croatia. If you don't know how, then I'm sure you'll figure it out from some other video. But Osijek is a big city in Croatia. So if you don't know that, you could probably just scan for it, and it already shows up at like the second or third level of zoom. So now we need to use the compass. Osijek is to our west, and then this is the road angle. So Osijek is to the west, so means we are east of it. And then the other places are Vukovar, which you can see right here. And then Bobota is to our south. So we're presumably somewhere in between here on an off-road, and there's Bobota right here. And this road angle makes a lot of sense. So we are we have to be here because the intersection is south of us. So we are looking north here. We are north of the intersection, and that's how you get the 5K. So that's quick. Let's keep it quick again. This time we are in Ecuador. If you don't know how, again, I'm not going to give you country tips in this video, but there's an Ecuadorian bollard right here, but there are a lot of videos you can find on country tips. So if you know you're in Ecuador, you can start first looking for these cities. Now, when you're looking for cities, you should always look for cities that are further off, because it usually means that it's a bigger city. Because there's no reason for these signs to have like a very small village mentioned here if it's 131 kilometers off, you know? So further off cities are the first things you should scan for. And you see it already right here, Esmeraldas. I think Esmeraldas is also a province. Yeah, there you can see. These dotted lines usually show like the province borders. So that's how you know it. And then you also have San Lorenzo to the north, Rio Verde. Rio Verde is here, Bourbon is here, and San Lorenzo is not. So we are probably right at this intersection. Um, and you can see this. But yeah, again, you have to make use of the compass here. You have to see that San Lorenzo is to the north and Esmeraldas is to the west. And that's how you know that you are at this intersection and, not somewhere else. Because all these cities go to the west and this goes to the north, and then there you are. You can also check the road angle to confirm. That's looks pretty good to me. So let's go for that. That's another 5K. So let's keep going. Aha, talking about South Africa. Here we are. Now, if you have N roads in South Africa, they are actually pretty easy to scan because N roads are the roads that are written in blue. So N12 here is right here. You can just see it from space pretty much. Hope Town is pretty big, and that's how you should be scanning it if it was not N12. Maybe it was if, let's say it was like R369, and then it's preferable to scan for Hope Town instead of the R road. But yeah, if you have a national road, it makes it easier. So Hope Town is there, Stridenburg is there. You can see, if you align the road, you can see that to the northeast we have Hope Town and to the southwest we have Stridenburg. So we are somewhere on this patch of the road. And we have an intersection going off to the south. Now it says Potfontein here, but usually these things that are written on like, off-road signs don't show up in South Africa. So what you have to use instead is the road angle. So you could very easily just want to go like right here because it's a big intersection, but then you have to keep in mind that this road angle does not match the actual road angle. You can see like the yellow line here maybe to compare. This is not the same as this. It's not parallel to this road. So that means this is the wrong road angle. But if you look at this part of the road, it's pretty good. It looks very nice. It looks parallel to the road line, meaning you should be somewhere on this. And then you have an off-road south, so it could be this. Can't really be this. You don't have a off-road going north. Or it could be this. And then the way you can confirm that is you can see how the off-road bends. So here you can see this off-road goes down here and then it looks like it turns a bit to the right. So there you can see it. This makes a lot of sense. Goes here and then it turns. So that's the magic of the compass, right? You can check for the exact road angle which fits, and then you can check how the road bends. And there you go. That's how you 5K this. So we're 20 minutes into the video, and we've just finished the easy round. Now I don't want this to be a super long video, so I'm going to try and reduce my explanations about a few things a little bit, and I'm going to start focusing more on the compass now because we're moving from the easy part to the intermediate part. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to be an expert at using the compass. So let's move on. Compass map 2. I'll make a challenge for this and let's go. All right, we're starting off with a domain. So I would recommend that you learn your domains. So .ee here is Estonia, which is a country up here in the Baltics. And this time, that's all the information you have. You don't have road numbers, you don't have place names. All you have is that .ee. But what you do have is an interesting landscape, because if you look at the compass, uh, to the north you have some water. To the east, it looks like there's a lot of water, and to the south as well. And then to the west, you have land. And when you look at Estonia, that's quite counterintuitive because most of the water, like it's to the north, it's to the west, it's to the south a bit, but you don't really have a coast to the east of Estonia. And if you look at this location, you have water to the east. So you could perhaps think that it could be on the lake, but then you have to also think that why would you have like this kind of a, I don't know, is this a ferry service, I think? Why would you have a ferry in in just a lake like this? It would be more logical to have it in the sea. So then you have to consider maybe it's not the lake. Maybe it could be like one of these enclaves, or I don't know what it's called, exclaves. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, that's one thing. And then other thing is also that the ferry paths are also marked on the map, so you can see this is a ferry line. And maybe you could think that it's here, but then if you look at the landscape, that doesn't really make sense because we have water to the south as well, which doesn't really make sense. So it's not here. Um, but then you have to consider that maybe it's not mainland Estonia at all, and maybe it's one of the islands. So here looks like something that makes sense. You have a ferry line going out here. You have water to the east, north, and south. So maybe it's there. And then you check the road angle. It looks like this, and that kind of makes sense as well. But then if you look here, it doesn't make sense because this road bends to the south, uh, and our actual road here bends to the north a little bit instead. So this doesn't make sense. And then the other option you have is this ferry line that you see right here. And the road angle here makes sense as well. You can see this. And then this road actually does bend to the north, so that makes a lot of sense. So you also have water to the east, north, and south like previous. And if you look to the south, you can even see like the land coming out here, which you can see down here. So adds up perfectly, and you just make a guess. And there's your 5K. All right, so let's move on to the next one. And this is a fairly tough one. You don't have any car meta, it's a trekker. But a lot of people might recognize, like a lot of pro players might recognize Porter Williams. But if not, you can still 5K this, and I'm going to show you how using the compass. So, first things first, you have a Chilean flag right here. That helps a lot, so you know the country instantly. Now, you can already eliminate half of Chile. It's a desert. There's nothing to like. This absolutely does not look like a desert. If anything, it looks like a very like cold place. You can see this person's also wearing like winter clothing. And you can just like feel the cold vibe here. It's also very mountainous. So if you look at Chile, there's a lot of mountainous areas all the way down to the south. Um, Now, if you look at the road angle, or if you just look at the compass, I mean, you can see there's water to your north, and then there's some really beautiful, gorgeous mountains on the other side of this water. And then this water extends to the east, extends to the west. You can see there's a bit of land here, but then the water goes past it there. Also some mountains out there in the east, or in the west, I mean. And yeah, so what we're basically looking for is a set of mountains to the north, set of mountains to the south, and water flowing in between those horizontally, like east to west. So something like this could make sense. But naturally, this doesn't really make sense. The body of water is is not a very small river, it's pretty big. We also have a city to our south because it says Port of Williams. You can see houses, all of that. So you're looking for water to the north of us, city to the south of us, and mountains north and south. So none of those make sense. This doesn't make sense because there's no city in this part. This kind of makes sense, but if you zoom in a bit, these are very small places. Don't really see a big city there. This could kind of make sense, but again, there's just it's not a big enough city. So you keep scanning a bit, and eventually you can go all the way down here, and you see Port of Williams is right here. Now, Port of Williams is a very interesting town. So it's I think it's like the southernmost coverage that you get in South America, and that's why a lot of good players remember it. And then you can also just scan for it at this level of zoom. But yeah, if you don't know how big or small the place is going to be, sometimes it's pointless to scan for the place, and then you just have to scan for the landscape. Here you can see mountains to the north, mountains to the south, decently sized city, and water going through it. Now, if you notice, there's also a bit of land coming out to our west, which presumably would be the airport. And right here, you can see what looks like a ferry terminal, meaning we should either be here or here. But then you can use the bends of the road. As you can see, if you come out here, the road instantly bends to the south. This is the road angle. So this makes more sense. Come out here, road bends to the south, and then it goes on and meets the actual main road in the city. So that should be our 5K. Okay, well it's a little bit misplaced, but that's how you do it. And that's second 5K. All right, man, I'm at 27 minutes already. I wanted this video to be quick, but hopefully you guys are getting something out of this and learning something from this. Hopefully it's not too long of a video. All right, so we should be in the US. I think you guys can tell already based on the license plates, English language, these buildings. Now you have like big mountains here, so you can already start thinking of Western US. Now, if you look a bit further, there's also Salt Lake City written on the bin. So if you don't know where Salt Lake City is, you could probably just scan for it. It's pretty big, right there. And now, how do you 5K this? That's the big question, isn't it? So you know you're in the city, and if you look at the compass, you see most of like the big buildings are to the south of you, and even beyond them, you can see like houses extend into the distance. So you can presume that most of the city is to your south. You can also see like a good amount of the city to the west of you, and then to the north of you, like straight north, there's just hills, and that's all you have. Now you also have the road angle, which is pretty much north-south, slightly angled maybe. So as we looked, we have the most of the city right here. We're north of it, and then there's also city to the west of us and mountains to the north of us. So I'd say that it puts us in kind of like this kind of area, with mountains north, city west, city south. And you can eliminate this because the road angle doesn't match. You can eliminate this part, the road angle doesn't match. So it's probably one of these or one of these out here. And then you have a road name right here which says Columbus something. And then you can just scan for that in the area that you think it is. So basically the hills end pretty much here. So you should just scan like in this area, I'd say. In the north-south looking roads. Now here all the roads are named like avenues, like they're ordered like sequentially. So it's probably not there. And if you look right here, you can find a Columbus Street, which makes a lot of sense. In the north, it bends to the east. There's a mountain straight north of us, and then to the south, it's a fairly long road. So we should be somewhere out here to the north end. You can also see like the houses marked here, so probably like here somewhere. Bit more south, but that's the 5K. Let's keep on going. All right, now this is an interesting one. We're in New Zealand here, thanks to the bollard. Sun is in the north. So that's also another use for the compass, by the way, telling which hemisphere you're in based on the sun's position. But more interestingly, here we have a railway track to the next of us, and we have a water as well. So northwest of us there is a railway track, and southeast of us there is water. Also to the east and also to the south. So if you look at New Zealand, you're presumably on this coast because water is to your southeast, east, south kind of area. So it wouldn't make sense if the water was to your west. So you can pretty much just eliminate this coast of New Zealand just based on the compass, and that is how powerful the compass can be. So you can start looking here, and the railway lines are marked on the map using like a thin black line. Maybe I could quickly find one in Auckland to show you. Right here. So this is how a railway line is marked on the map. So that's what you're looking for. Here you can see there's no railway line next to us. So you can already eliminate this road 35. Doesn't seem like there's a railway next to it. You can keep scanning down here. There's a railway, but you have to keep in mind that the railway is to your east in this section, so you can eliminate this. It could be here because it's to the west, but then it says Marataha Road or something. But here it says Goose Bay Settlement, so that doesn't fit. So let's align the road. You can see this road angle doesn't fit either, so this is 100% the wrong intersection. So you keep scanning. There's also, uh, well, you can also eliminate this part because there's like pretty much no coastal road right here, and we're like pretty much directly on the coast. So you can also scan the South Island, and yeah, you look for a railway next to you. Here you can see a railway to the east of the road, which doesn't really make sense. It's got to be to the west. So you keep on scanning, and oh, there's Goose Bay. You find that, and the railway is to your west, which makes sense. Road angle fits perfectly. There's an off-road that goes and then bends towards like the southeast, which fits as well. And then you can see that the main road is also bending. So this has to be the 5K. So a seemingly middle of nowhere New Zealand can be 5K. Although you do have some signs here, like Goose Bay. But yeah, in game number 3 it's going to be even harder because there's going to be no signs. But before that, we still have one more round. So let's go through this. We are in Kenya because of the snorkel. And if not, then you have Mount Kenya on the sign. And if you look to your east, again, making use of the compass, it's very important to realize what side of you the mountain is. So you see it to the east. You zoom in on Kenya. Mount Kenya National Park shows up pretty quickly. And now you can see that the mountain is to your east. So you are somewhere on the west of it. Uh, so you're likely on this road. It's a pretty nice big paved road. So it's probably a yellow road. It says Anka Resort Nanyuki. Nanyuki is a place right here. So that also confirms it a bit. And then what you have is an intersection off to your pretty much southeast. And then you have this road angle. So road angle kind of like this. A lot of off-roads going southeast, so you kind of need to look for this place. There's Anka Resort, but I don't think we are here because the road angle doesn't fit. See, so if you just if you just guessed that based on that sign, then it wouldn't have worked out. But yeah, you can see the road curving to your north, so you can use that to your advantage. It's also curving a bit to your south, and we're in between like those kind of turns. So Could it be out here somewhere, maybe? Let's see. Road angle is like this. Could that be it? No, that's the wrong road angle. Could it be here somewhere? I don't see the off-road. Huh. Well, I'm struggling a bit to find this myself, but perhaps here, because you can see the road bending there, and it bends a bit here as well. And road angle, I think, looks good for that. It looks pretty decent, I'd say. It's like that. It looks decent. Mount Kenya Flight School. Can we see an airstrip next to us? And maybe this is an airstrip, I don't know. Mount Kenya Leisure Lodge. Do we see that somewhere? Not really. But I'll go for this because the road angle fits. So even if you don't have these POIs, you can trust the road angle more. And it was indeed there. So that is a excellent demonstration of why the compass is actually so useful. You can figure it out just based on that. You see a massive mountain, Mount Kenya, to your east, so you know you're in this road. And then you find an intersection going off to the southeast on the yellow road, such that the road bends in both directions towards the east. So yeah, don't trust that Anka Resort. I'm sure some of you might have just seen Anka Resort and just sent it, but that's why you pay attention to the compass, and that's what this video is about. So we're at 36 minutes. We still have the hardest game left, and I think it's going to be a slightly long video, but that's alright. I think after watching this video, you're going to be experts at using the compass. So let's go into this. This time, all locations are going to have no signs. So this is the first one we are in. You can see there's no information, no signs. All you have is the landscape and the compass. And you can use that to 5k things. So you do need some knowledge. Like here, you know you should know that you're in Kyrgyzstan because you have this Google car. And then let's look at the road a bit. The road angle is pretty much it's kind of northwest to southeast. If you look at the northwest, the road bends to the east. If you look at southeast, the road also bends to the east. So that's what you're looking for. We're on a bridge across a river, and there's mountains all around us. So yeah, like here you have a river, you have mountains on both sides, but there's no bridge. I guess there's this bridge, but the road angle doesn't fit. So you know you're not on that one. You can keep searching for this. You have another bridge right here. East-west going river, which makes sense. And kind of north-south. But if you see, the road angle doesn't really match. This is like more northwest to southeast. This is more north-south. And then the road also bends to the west in both directions, which is the opposite of what we're looking for. We're looking for it to bend in the east. So you can scan a bit more, find all the rivers and see what fits. But we should be here or along this river. And if you try to find a bridge, here's a bridge on this river. But again, that doesn't look correct because this road to the northwest curves to the east, and on the map here it curves to the west, so you know you're not here. And then you see this bridge, and that lines up pretty well because to the north it turns there, to the south it turns there, to the east. So it fits very well. The road angle fits as well, so you should be on this bridge, and that's your first 5k. Alright, this time, this is a fairly hard round, I'd say. Now you know you're in Argentina, you have a Argentina pole and black car. But you have water to the east and no signs really. Well, you have this, but I don't think that really helps. So this, I think, is the biggest like takeaway from this video, I'd say. And I really hope you guys get something out of this round. Because you have water to the east and you have this road angle. And this itself is enough to 5K this location in Argentina. It takes a little bit of scanning. It's not very quick and easy to 5K. But if you just spawn in here, you're gonna think, oh, this is just a random town, random city somewhere. How is anyone meant to 5K this? Well, you can. And let's see how you do it. So you have water to your east, so you already know that you're along the coast of Argentina. So you can eliminate a lot of cities already. You just have to scan for cities on the coast. Now, this city does not make sense at all because water is to our east, not to our north. Uh, this one, you do have water to the east, but if you look out in the distance, there's no land further out there. So if you were here, you would have seen this land in the distance there. So you can eliminate that city as well. So let's keep moving. You have this, that's not really on the map. Now this one, you do have water to the east, but if you look at the road angle right here, this road angle does not show up at all in this city, especially along the coast, because you know you're next to the coast. And this road angle is not correct. You can see it's way more tilted. This is just slightly northwest southeast. Well, something like this could make sense, but then the coast is to your south, not to your east. So you can safely eliminate this city. You're not here. No city here. Caleta Olivia. This this looks pretty good. You have water to the east. This part doesn't look good. The road angle doesn't fit. But if you look at this road angle, that looks really good to me. And you have water to the east. Road bends to the north right here. So this could very well be the 5K. But it's always better to ensure that you're making the right decision. You're not sending too soon. Because you can always have like two similar looking roads in different cities. So you can quickly check. Here you again see that there's no matching road angle in this city. Goes like slightly northwest southeast. So you can eliminate this. None of this fits. And well, this could kind of fit. But yeah, you don't really see these off-roads. So it's not going to be there. And then yeah, I'm going to leave it up to you guys to scan the rest of the coast. I'm not going to do it. But that's because I'm pretty confident that this is the 5K. But yeah, that's how you do it. If you have the road angle, if you have the coast, that's already enough to 5K this. And that is, I think, the biggest clue uh, in like playing no moving games, because quite often, if you're just in the middle of a city and you don't know how to guess, or like you don't know where to guess, you can like just eliminate some cities very quickly by just looking at the road angle. So if the road angle is like this, you can already eliminate this part. This part could work, and so it's possible for it to be in that city. But if you look at, for example, this city, there's absolutely no road in this city that has this road angle. So that's one way to quickly eliminate cities, and that comes in very, very, very handy. And I can't stress how many times it has helped people get no move 25Ks on maps like a diverse world. Because people just use the road angle, scan a bunch of cities, and then they find the city that has a matching road angle, and then they 5K it. It's very, very handy, and that's exactly how powerful the compass can be. So here we have the Reunio Google car. If you don't know about it, you can find it in some video meta, but it's this island, Reunio, that has this. Now, if you just look at the geography of this island, the coast is pretty flat. Some mountains here, some mountains here, and you can use these mountains to help you 5K. Now, you can see mountains here to the south. You can see mountains to the north, east, west. So you pretty much have mountains in all directions, which would indicate that we're not in any of the coastal cities. We could be out here, maybe. We could be in one, like in this place. Could also be here or Helburg, Silaus, one of these, because they are like surrounded by mountains pretty much. And then you use the road angle again to make sure that you're in the correct city. So you have this kind of road angle. If you look at this, it kind of matches, so it's possible to be in this one. Uh, Here you can see there's not really a matching road angle, so you can safely eliminate Saladzie. Helberg has also a wrong road angle. This is more inclined. Like this one is more northwest southeast. This is more like a bit more north south than that. So you can eliminate these two. Uh, and then Silaus also has the correct road angle. So you know you're either in one of these two cities. Um, and then it's just a matter of scanning. Um, you have intersections there, intersection here. You might have some road names as well. Do we have any? Mm, we have this. I don't know if that's a road name, but in any case, you can spend some time scanning for this. You have this here, Nkite Tikase Lontan. I butchered that probably, but can scan for that. That could be a POI. And yeah, if you scan for it enough, you might run into it, like right here. Now, I made this map, that's why I knew this, because, I mean, yeah, it's just 5 locations that I selected, and I know where they are. But that's how you get it. So you scan this city, also scan this city, and then you can find the correct POI. Or, yeah, it's basically the road angles that come in really handy. And then it's also the mountains, because you can see mountains in all directions. And you could also say that here the mountains are kind of far off, and then you don't have a mountain to the south. Whereas here you clearly have a mountain to the south. So you can kind of eliminate this city based on that. Oh wait, it wasn't this city, it was this one, I'm sorry. So yeah, I guess to the north you don't have like really massive mountains there. Whereas here you clearly have close by mountains to the north, massive mountains. So you can kind of eliminate based on the mountains as well. And then if you know you're in the city, you just find the POI and you 5k this. So that's very nice. Let's go to the round 4. This time we are in Australia. We're driving on the left and we have Australian bollards, sun in the north. And yeah, again, if you just spawn in this place, you're wondering, oh, we're in the middle of nowhere in Australia. How am I meant to 5k this? But if you look a bit more closely, you have water to the south. You can see the ocean right there, and we're on a pretty long straight road, and we can see the ocean to our south. So you know what to do. You look straight down, you see the road angle, zoom in on Australia, and find a coastal road. So these roads aren't really coastal. Well, I guess this one's coastal, but then you also have to take into account the dryness. Like this looks like a very dry Australia, and it's also really flat. So this area doesn't make sense. It's pretty green, has some mountains in it. But like this area is pretty dry. You have water to the south, so one of this would make sense. Again, this doesn't really look too nice. The road isn't straight. It's like bending all the time. We're on a pretty straight road. So the only real option you're left with is this highway on the coast. It's called what's it called again? Yeah, this I don't know how you pronounce it, but the A1 road or the one road is a good candidate, and we are pretty close to the water. And you have this kind of road angle and an intersection to the south. So that is enough information to 5k because you have the road angle that you're looking for. So we are very, very close to the water. This road angle doesn't match, so it's not here. This kind of makes sense, but I feel like we'd be closer to the coast than that. Although I'm not sure, maybe that is the 5k, because I don't see anything else that really fits. Maybe this could be the 5k. Okay, so let's see if the road bends to our east. We can't see the bend at least. Off-road is that way. I'm not super happy because this looks like a straight road, and it looks like the off-road bends a little bit, so could it be somewhere else? Ah, this looks good, doesn't it? Road angle looks perfect, and then the road doesn't go straight south, it bends a bit, as you can see right there. Then you have water to the south, road angle fits perfectly, and the road is pretty straight on both sides, so I think this should be it. And it is, so that's how you can 5k that. Let's go to the final round, and this is one of my favorite rounds. Uh, we're in Guatemala because of this Google car, and we have a massive lake to our west. Not just that, but you have look at these beautiful, beautiful volcanoes. I think they are volcanoes on the other side of the lake. So when you look at Guatemala, you can see a couple of lakes that stand out. This one, you don't really see. Okay, so let's look at the angle here. Let's use the compass. You have these volcanoes are kind of to your west, maybe a bit southwest, but here you can see there's really no like big volcanoes like surrounding the lake right next to it. If you look at this one though, look at this Volcan San Pedro, Atitlan, bunch of volcanoes. And they are to our west. The lake is to our west southwest. So if you see this, we should be on this side of the lake somewhere. Now, you can also see that there's a bit of land between us and the lake. So we're probably not on like this coastal road. I think that's pretty obvious. Uh, we're also not on this road because this also is really close to the actual lake. Meaning we should be on this road, I think. Or actually, maybe we might be on this road because this distance is not that much, I guess. Maybe I misjudged the distance a bit. Yeah, I think this road number one makes sense. Uh, there's enough distance from here to this. But yeah, we're definitely not on the white road. That is pretty much like right on the coast. And then, uh, now that we figured out that we are on road number one, we just have to 5k this. So here to the south, we can see there's an off-road going. And then the road bends. Um, so our road angle is like this, northwest, southeast. And to the northwest, the road bends to the west, and to the southeast, the road bends to the east. And then you have an off-road as well. So you're looking for something like that. So pretty much something like this. So to the northwest, the road bends to the west, and to the southwest, southeast, it bends this way. And then there should also be an off-road here. So this is not correct, but it should be somewhere on this road where that fits. And look at this. This looks pretty good to me. To the northwest, it bends there. To the southeast, it bends here. And then you have this off-road. Um, you should also check if there's anything else that fits. But I don't think anything really fits. There's off-road here, but that doesn't fit. Also an off-road here, but the curves on the road don't fit. So I think this has to be the 5K. And just like that, a seemingly middle of nowhere Guatemala has been 5K'd just using the compass and the landscape. And there we go, that's another 25K. This time with zero signs, all you had was the compass and the landscape. Well, I guess on Reunion you had like a POI, but I don't think that really mattered that much. So there you have it. Just using the compass, just using the landscape, you can 5k things. And that is what this video is about. It's turned into pretty much an hour-long video, but I hope you guys got something out of this. I think this is something that even a lot of good players don't really use, and like I really think that even a lot of the better players could make such better guesses if they just started using the compass, learned how to use the compass, and it really comes in handy, especially when you're like scanning. It helps a lot. You find like a highway in Brazil. Let's say you have a highway 153, then you can use the road angle of the highway to know which section of the highway you're on because it's a massive highway. But if you know that it's like northwest, southeast, then you only scan this area, and just like the areas where it goes northwest, southeast. So that's it for this video. I hope hope you got something from this. I hope you learned how to read the compass. I hope you learned how to use the compass. And I hope this video showed to you how much the compass can actually do. Uh, so some locations that are seemingly impossible can even be 5K'd thanks to the great tool that we have known as the compass. So you'll have the play along links here. I think all of you have probably played it by now. And hopefully you guys also got some good scores. And if not, hopefully this video gave you some tips uh, on I'd say one of the most underrated, secret, powerful tools metas that you could use to get good in GeoGuessr. So thank you for watching. If you want me to make any specific kind of tip videos, let me know as well, and I could maybe work on that. And if not, look forward to the play along videos. There'll be a new play along coming out soon where you can play play along and learn some things as well. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.